Hello Taurus gang, what's up? Welcome to my channel, Tarot by the Intuitive Teacup. My name's Annie. We're going to read your tarot and oracle cards. I have no idea why, but I was sort of told to start with these cards. I don't know how this is going to go. Anyway, what's up guys? General message for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. We're going to start off with love, relationships, and then we're going to go into money and career, so stick around if you're interested in the latter. You're accountable and responsible for all your own actions and decisions. This is, of course, optional advice or guidance, so please take only what resonates away and shelve the rest. It may resonate for you at a later date. I never use this deck because it's such a pain to shuffle, but I don't know. I went to choose your tarot deck and the universe was like, this one. All right, let's do it. As I said, this one. All right, so perfect. I was going to say, we're doing relationships, so I hope I get two. I got two. Perfect. The ring and the eternal child. All right, I'm digging it. I'm digging it. All right, let's get a little bit more on this, Taurus. I mean, the ring. Anyone getting married? Queen of Cups. Pregnancy. Some of you, there might be a Leo playing a particular importance in your life right now, or an Aquarius. What's going on here? All right, the Ten of Wands. Interesting. The ring. Yeah, pregnancy seems to be on the brain for a lot of you, or if it's not pregnancy, your children. If you don't have children, my last option is your own inner child, your eternal child. Some of you may just gotten caught up in being an adult and being kind of serious, and so there might be a need for you to just kind of let your inner child shine. I know that's rather cheesy, but I actually think that's really good advice. You know, if you're feeling kind of stuck in a rut or just sort of, not feeling excited or jazzed by life, which is not very Taurian of you, right? You're ruled by planet Venus. You're the sensualist, right? So experiencing everything, tastes and touches and smell and all that good stuff, music, art, beauty, love, all the good stuff. If that's not at your main focus right now, universe is saying it might be good to take a break from whatever is holding your focus and just simply go into something that you enjoy more. And for some of you, it might quite literally be dating, you know? Yeah, some of you need to take a break from writing your novel. You're spending too much time writing or on the computer, or on your typewriter or whatever, and it's pulling you away from the outside world. Some of you are going to write either a children's book or like a young adult novel, or you might be writing about children or children's psychology. You may be... There's a particular focus on children and literature, so again, you can put that into your life where it fits. Some of you may be reading up on like baby books or what to expect when you're expecting type vibes. Some of you are going to give birth to an Aquarius child. And there's like some important piece of jewelry between a child and a parent. I don't know if there was like something that was passed on from like ancestors, like, the grandmother's ring or something, or there might even be some sort of symbolism of like a locket or something where it's like it's engraved with the mother and father and child's name, or there's something about a piece of jewelry and it's like this promise that the family's made to each other. It actually seems really sweet, but I'm not entirely sure that it's romantic. It feels more like family. I am going to read for romance. This is a kind of an unusual reading, so give me 1 second here. Okay, a lot of you are going to find your way out of a relationship that was quite deadening, or something that it lost all its magic, and it might very well be someone you were married to with the ring. It's just that you've changed. You're a different person, and I think nowadays you really value your independence. I heard autonomy. Is that the right use of that word? Very Aquarian. It can be kind of detached. It doesn't mean it's bad, but there's something you're not getting with the ring, the relationship, the commitment, the married one. And so you may emotionally be exploring the idea of other options, and with that, there's a really beautiful like Leo Aquarian vibe here, which are polar opposites. But there is a very important prominence on the idea of individuality among the group. Like, with Aquarian energy, it's like I'll fight for the group, humanitarian efforts, but I'm going to do it my own way, very anti-conformity. Whereas sort of Leo is like, well, I am the star, I am the talent, I am the show. So whichever category you fit into, there is something about separating yourself from it's funny, Capricorn had a similar message, just a relationship that was kind of, it just dragged you through the mud, or it wore too thin. It's lost its zhuzh. And so some of you are really, especially those who are very strongly religious or come from a background where, divorce might be a little bit more, scandalous or whatever. There's something about you're really starting to question the tradition or the institution of marriage and if that is right for you. Some of you, even if you have not been married, may just be pronouncing yourself like, proclaim bachelor, bachelorettes for life. It's funny, I see you doing a 180. So whichever band or camp that you consider yourself in, you may actually be going to the far-reaching end of being the other. And I guess being the other in terms of your family's upbringing, whether it was traditional or atypical. There's something about it's like you're emotionally getting comfortable with the idea of something, and then you're going to move forward with it because that's what your inner child is telling you to do. This may involve an Aquarius. This may involve a Cancerian. Again, a Leo is very prominent. And I did mention Capricorn, maybe Sagittarius, take it or leave it. Yeah, that actually seems like one message. So I'm going to leave it at that. And then we'll do another short one for love. What else can I tell? Taurus and love. Yep, there's Cancerian energy, the Chariot. Some of you, you're moving into a new house with your person. You may be researching ideas about something about like foundation or architecture of a house. You may be building a structure with your person or going to research or look at land and properties. You have to go back around and look at another one that you've already moved past, or something about reconsidering. I don't know. And I don't say that to scare you. Don't freak out if you've already signed the contract. The Hermit is shining his light on this one. These are tremendous cards. So I'm actually wondering if this is one and this is the other. The Hermit wants you to look at this one. But I'm getting the idea. It's like you may have to go back to the one that's right for you. I don't even know what that means, but I said it, so hopefully someone else knows there. Let's see. Yeah, I don't like these energies at all next to each other. These are people being super defensive, people not being honest with each other, catching each other in some sort of lie, or I'm going to block you. Okay, well, I'm never going to talk to you again. But then there's a lot of like, hey, are you up? Or whatever. I don't know. Whatever this is, it's very combative. These people are not on the same page. They have different interests. It's like an explosion, like fire and oxygen. It's like this fire just needs to like sizzle down. And it's something about these two people are super agitated with one another, and it's not getting better anytime soon. So universe is saying distance yourself from this. Again, I'm kind of reading for love, but whatever, if this is a picky client or whatever this is, these two are not on the same page. Like, instead of like tiptoeing around a conversation or trying to make it work for the wrong reasons, this is pretty much the move on card. Like, distance yourself from it with peace and clarity of what you've learned and gained. Sixes are good cards in tarot. I typically really like the sixes. They're small victories, small wins. So just understanding, hey, we don't speak the same language. This isn't going to work. Okay, cool. Universe is saying, good, you learned. So let me open the door to you so that you can see what does work for you. What is a good fit for you? This is soulmate type energy. Positive communications, victories, new messages, wins. Again, something about going to see land or properties looks very good. You may end up signing the deal. I think for some of you, this might just be a simple reminder. Mercury's still in retrograde. I think Saturn goes direct today, but Mercury is in retrograde, and I think Jupiter is in retrograde. So if you're with a Sagittarius or a Pisces, maybe note that as well, because they're ruled by planet Jupiter. Those go direct, I want to say, on like the 18th or somewhere between like the 18th and the 22nd of October. So again, if you can shelve this decision for like a couple weeks, best to start brand new things when Mercury is not in retrograde, especially anything to do with technologies or deals or sales. You understand what I mean? So for some of you, clearing this ex or this toxic person out of the way and moving on wholeheartedly, it's almost like it opens the gates. I'm hearing like triumphant like victories, or and literally hearing like the trumpet or what instruments, like do 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 do, like that victory. I'm hearing that. almost like, Prince Charming showing up on a white horse. I know that's cheesy and obviously that's a metaphor, but it's like, this is so much better. In time, I think you're going to look back and be like, why did I even fuck with that? Like it so wasn't worth my time or energy. It was annoying. It was a hardship. And it's never, productive to look back and, begrudge the universe for making you have to go through this, because ultimately you did move on and you learned something very valuable. However, something about this was necessary to get to this. So understand, like, give yourself a little bit of leeway, or be good to yourself, be patient with yourself. As you exit this, know that something good comes out on the other side. For some of you, of course, this could be brand new, but my gut reaction, though, is that this may actually be an old friend or possibly an old flame that you reconnect with and end up marrying. Possibly an Aries, possibly a Cancer, possibly a Virgo. If Virgo kind of, to me in a reading, frequently represents like your spirit guide, what are we shining the light on? Where is there a source of warmth and light, clarity, purity? You have literally all those: light, clarity, purity, something to do with home and family, Cancerian energy. The Hermit is wanting you to see this. It might be if some of you are getting into a new home or a new apartment, you may meet someone who lives very close to you who you end up being romantically linked to. Again, if you're already in a relationship, there could be news about your home, or again, something positive. All this is really good. For some of you, it feels like you may rekindle a flame with someone from your past. Or it's possible a Cancer Cancerian, male or female, may reach out to you to communicate, I don't know, feelings, or establish some sort of formal foundation. If you're casually dating, this person may sort of open up the conversation about being exclusive or being committed. And I know some of you may be very like, no, I'm a bachelor or a bachelorette for life. I don't know, this person may, I don't want to say they change you, they don't have the power to change you, but they have pretty good evidence where you're willing to consider a new point of view. I'll leave it at that. Let's pull a romance angel. Is there anything I can put on these? Flirt, heart-to-heart conversations, and make the effort. There's a heart-to-heart conversation. Make the effort. Great love is worth taking steps you're guided to take. Heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other. And flirt. Extend your lighthearted energy to others. Beautiful. Love all of those. The only other thing I want to tell you, Taurus, I know it's always fun to be, the chasee versus the chaser. If you know who this is, if this is someone from your past who has been kind of flirting with you, or just having a lot of really light, jovial conversation, and you sort of suspect that there's mutual feelings, some of you flat out know, don't always feel like they have to approach you. I think make the effort comes up for that reason quite a bit. It's like we always like to be the one receiving it, but sometimes it's good to make your point known because, it makes it safer for that person to take some emotional risk as well. Because whether you know it or not, some of you may actually have sort of this defense or this wall up, and it's not to say you don't like this person, it's just it's so natural to you to kind of be guarded that this person may actually be sort of confused, like, I'm sort of getting this person may actually think you're a little bit hot and cold, but they really like you and want to know you more, so make it known, right? Do I even want to throw one on this? I mean, I guess I will. I have to have faith that the things will come up that are supposed to. I don't like this energy. I would say distance yourself from it. Well, let's see what the universe says with the romance angels. You deserve love. You are lovable. Yeah. I mean, I guess, did this person love you? Did they make you feel desired and loved and, I don't know, accepted? Did they make you feel like you had a voice in this relationship? I was thinking there might be a Sagittarius going on here. I don't know. Or if you may have strong Sag placements, maybe you have a moon in Sag. I always think this is like aim higher, with the bow and arrow. Like Cupid can do so much better. So like, yeah, don't waste your time looking down. It's like look up, look higher. I think there's something to that. Some of you quite literally need to look up. Like you sitting at your laptop right now or whatever you're watching this on, there's a picture you have in your apartment or your house, or there's something near the screen that you're watching this on. If you're at work on your phone, there's something about look up. There's like a picture that you're meant to see. And it might be a picture of your grandmother, right? Maybe she's your spirit guide. I don't know what that is. It's like wherever you are, Taurus, listening to this YouTube video, look up. I don't know what that is, but some of you are meant to see it. For some of you, is there an elephant? I don't know what that is. Anyway, all right, moving on. Oh my gosh, that was a long love reading. We haven't even done career yet. Taurus, you're killing me. How are we doing? Oh my God, this girl can talk. Let's talk about career. Let's talk about career. We're going to do this one. Oh my God. Oh my damn. All right, sudden wealth. Hey, Taurus, look at you. Love that. Family room. Again, something about property and residence. I don't know, some of you may end up marrying up and be able to land like a really beautiful home. Or I mean, that could be you too. You know, whoever makes a lot of dough. This place looks fancy as fuck. That looks really good. I'm not the tarot reader who frequently says this, but on occasion, could this mean winning the lottery? Yeah, it could. So, play a cheap lotto ticket. Why not? You have nothing to lose. Play a lot of 7s or 11. Sudden wealth. I like that. The thing is, some of you may just score a really sweet gig if you're involved in gig work, or, it could be a long-term job too. Especially working with homes or families, or something in like hospitality. That's a good word for it. Like, I don't know if you work at a hotel or something like that. And even if it's not like wealth, there's something it would be it's rich with enjoyment. You would love the work you do. I like that very much. And then main female. Yeah, I don't know. A lot of you are going to be the main breadwinner here. And that may actually put an awkward wedge in your relationship. So again, the first reading we did, it's like, just remember to maintain that passion and get your fire back. You should never feel like you're competing with your spouse. If you go into relationships like that, or your relationship has become that is a giant red flag. You are not competing with your boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, whoever. You guys are working together. You're kicking ass together. You always need to love and support each other. And if you're not feeling that way, then you may want to reassess who you're with. These look really, really positive. Some of you are being asked to sort of step out on stage, and that might be more of a metaphor, but if you've always been kind of like the background person, the liaison, the go-between, there's something that you're either meant to lead or you're meant to, I'm getting the words like display, window design, I don't know, but it almost has to do with yourself. You need to be your own best advocate. You need to be able to display your skills and talents. So maybe for some of you, that's just updating your resume. But a lot of you are going to get a job where you're finally getting recognized for your skills. Because there's a lot of things that you're very good at, but I'm getting like there's one main thing that it's like you've been trying to find the right outlet to do it, and something about that skill is going to come in very handy at this job or on this team, on this project, whatever it is. Some of you, and I don't necessarily not recommend or recommend this, you have to do what is right for you, right? But I do see some of you acquiring money through some means, and I'm not exactly sure how, where you may actually choose to leave your job permanently and invest in your own business full time. Some of you may already run rental properties or be like tenants or landlords, however you want to say it. Others of you, you're going to move your side hustle or your business into your own home, and really like, instead of splitting your time between like the side job and the main thing, you're going to go head in first to your dreams. And be good to your body. That's always good advice for any sign, but especially my earth signs, because I see you potentially being so excited to make this succeed, you may end up burning the candle at both ends, like, not sleeping or skipping meals. So remember, your body is your temple. You can't build anything in your life unless you're good. So make sure you don't lose sight of your health, and especially overeating. Be cognizant of that too, or not eating at all. It could be one extreme or the other. This does have a great potential to succeed. And I'm hearing but I don't know what to say. What are you telling me? You can't do it alone. Even though I think you would like to, main female, this is saying utilize the people you know, network, bring your friends in, ask opinions, seek out mentors. Yeah, that's very important here. You may need to hire some sort of staff. And even for some of you, if your business is doing okay and you're like, no, I can handle it. I think the universe is saying like, that's an upcoming thing. So be aware, like, as much as you may want to update your technology, it might be better serving your business to bring on an extra set of hands, or however you want to say it, to help support you, because that's actually going to increase productivity of what you're selling or offering. Yeah. Anything else I can tell Taurus? Some of you are going to do antiquing or old things around the house. Some of you may flip houses, or, yeah, I'm almost getting like finding, what does that mean? I found objects. It's like almost like what do they call them? The not the property brothers. What are the other guys? The house hunters or I forget. It's like they go into people's like old barns and see if they can find like vintage stuff, and like some of you may be interested in that, doing stuff with like old items, antiquing, vintage stuff. You know what I mean. Very Cancerian, like the roots, the ancestors. Some of you may work for some sort of site that does that. History, yeah, very something to do with history. Very, yeah. Actually, the first message I see from this actually is you may need to delay your plans to travel. Yeah, it's almost like the opposing like world travel versus staying home. I don't know why that is. Maybe it's just better for your business or actually putting more time into your website too, the World Wide Web, like reaching people all over but from the comfort of your home. Yeah, some of you may want to invest in a website or update your website. Justice and the Ten of Swords. Yeah, be careful not to jump too soon. Sometimes we have to make an educated guess, but I would say for anybody, it's not great advice to, leap without looking, right? It's great to be like, I'm going to build this business and it's going to be great, but in a sense, you have to be able to ensure some success that you can get by and, buy groceries and you pay your bills. And, I don't have to tell you that, Taurus. I mean, you guys typically are very good with money, but yeah, there may be something you're so passionate about. You might be being a little bit impulsive in terms of how you're going to do it. And so be open to trial and error. Just because something doesn't work out once, you might just need to reorder it or restructure it and try it in a new way. If you guys are working with a Libra or you have a coworker, or I don't know, if your husband is a Libra and he's saying he's going to help you with the contract, that person's going to dip out. And it might not be like of a relationship, but I don't know, if you have a Libra working for you, that person's going to quit. And maybe it's just saying, are you ready for that? Are you barely making ends meet where if one person ups and leaves, the company is going to crumble? If that's the case, you need to take steps to ensure longevity or have some sort of safety net. I think that's a very good word for this. There's nothing wrong with being enthusiastic and excited and trying new things by all means, but at what expense are you willing to trade that for or compromise or negotiate? Yeah, I see a lot of you getting involved in some sort of contract where you may end up not getting what's owed to you or what's deserved if you are too impulsive or people-pleasing. Make sure you're, again, a good advocate and asking for what you need. You have no reason to not be honest and truthful, especially about salary negotiation. I see some of you at a job, I don't know how to say this because it's not particularly flattering, but you're making everyone else miserable because you're unhappy there. And I don't mean to offend, right? That's not what this is about. But it's almost like the writing is on the wall because everybody but you knows that you need to leave this job. And yet you're like, you come in every day and you make everyone miserable. I'm so sorry, Taurus, but I said it. And obviously that's not all of you. But that's a sign. That's a huge red flag to you. If you feel physically ill or miserable, if you wake up every day in a bad mood, because you have to go to this job, I'm sorry. I know some of you, your gut reaction is to not like this message, and understandably so. But if your gut reaction is, well, I have to, it's the only job. No, that's just simply not true, right? I know times are tough, but a lot of places are hiring. So will you have to negotiate and compromise? Of course. Maybe you take a new job that doesn't have benefits. Maybe you take a new job that doesn't pay you as well. But if you're stuck in a situation and you're effing miserable, you're never going to be able to manifest anything good from that if your energy level is so negative and dark and toxic. And quite frankly, if you're losing friends at work or people aren't socializing with you, it's because you're bringing the mood down. Like, people don't want to be around that because it ruins their day. So for some of you needed to hear that, and I'm sorry that that's a shitty message to hear, but like, it's true. So the good news is you have choice, you have agency, you can choose to be in a good mood the next day. Even though you don't like the work you do, you can choose to see the benefits of it. You know what? This puts a roof over my head. This feeds my kids. This allows me to do X, Y, and Z. Or you can choose to, again, take initiative, take action, and fix what you don't like. And if maybe that means applying to a new job or speaking to the boss about a pay raise or whatever, listing your grievances of what needs to change, because If you don't ask, you're never going to get it. And that goes from the universe too. If you're miserable here and there's so many reasons to escape except the money part, talk to the universe, right? It's not going to change overnight, but you need to take small steps, because otherwise it's like, I don't mean this for this to sound so dark, but like, you're going to die at this job. And so you're going to die a miserable person? No, you're not. Of course you're not. That's been a consistent message in your reading, is you have to change something up. You're a fixed earth sign, right? You can get kind of wedged in there and comfortable in what is consistent and familiar, but then think of what you're missing out on, right? Because I feel like this is a message of fear. It's like, well, if I quit, I won't have this. If you quit though, it could be so much better, but you're not giving yourself the opportunity to pursue that. And again, I'm not saying quit the job tomorrow and not have a safety net. That's all on you, Taurus. But start researching your other options. Make a list, make a game plan, make a 6-month plan. If you want to exit your job and resign in 6 months, okay, what are you going to do between now and then? What's interesting is you might not even make it to the 6 months before the universe comes in with a new offer. That's what I mean. It's like setting your mind of, okay, I'm going to do this and I'm going to be positive and I'm going to be driven. Anything you set your mind to, you can do. You're the freaking bull, Taurus, right? We know that, but you're using your energy, for those who are resonating with this, in kind of a negative way, so you got to raise your vibe, right? Raising your vibe and then see what comes in, see what trickles in from the universe. But it's not about sitting and waiting for something to change. It's about taking action, taking accountability, and making it happen. All right, that's what I got for you. Yeah, options. Options was a big theme in your reading too. Again, like whatever, if something were to end tomorrow, would you be prepared? Would you be ready? Or have you been spending beyond your means? I think that's an important question for a lot of you guys to ask yourselves. Anyway, that's what I got for you, Taurus. Please remember to like the video, subscribe to my channel. And other than that, I will see you cool Tauruses soon for some more tarot. Bye, guys.